Hey guys, it's sorry I didn't come with a filter podcast again. It's Vasilis, and I'm here to talk about sports today. One more time, more predictions, more going arounds. So, let's see what is happening today. I have been just all over the place. Can't really disagree with what is happening. I've been watching a lot more of the sports predictions and fantasy football and all that. It's just, it's a little insane, it's a little crazy, but again, we're going to be diving into all of this, so I'm all right with that. So anyways, I do have a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things, up in the air like usual, just because I am who I am right now. So I'm going to go and head over to, right now, my FanDuel. I can see there's, multiple teams. I got to pick up all these drafts and pick out what I want and who I want and blah, 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 blah. So, again, yes, the Canucks did sign. It hasn't, the team hasn't made it official, but it is pretty much official that Hughes and Petey are back. So that's a good thing. They are back in the Canucks lineup. Yeah, the Canuck game last night wasn't too good. But again, it's only preseason, so people should probably just chill the hell out on that and just fucking relax. Because it's, it is what it is. And I'm not going to specify on hardcore, gumptions on this, and I'm not gonna try to needle pick anything. So that's where I stand on that. So for one of my first things, I just picked Josh Allen. Of course, you got to pick Josh Allen. Josh Allen is who he is. Christian McCaffrey is out right now, so I'm not even gonna try to touch him. I'm just going to go with who I think I can pick. And yes, I am going to go with Ezekiel Elliott as my running back. I am going to, try to pick out really good team. Kareem Hunt, I heard, was good. I want to see Hubbard. I'm going to go with Hubbard in the Carolina-Dallas game too. The Rams versus, it's a hard one right now, but I'm going to pick Hopkins as the wide receiver, so I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Rams player, Cup. That guy was freaking dynamite, last week. Really did really, really well. It's just how it is. Odell Beckham, he certainly picked up his steam, as I should say, steam on that one. To go on further, I picked him up. I'm going to try to do what is necessarily cool or whatever. I am going to try to find somebody who isn't so... it's hard because honestly, I'm not so great at this as the first 2 weeks I did pretty well, but as time went on, I kind of bumbled on everything. I'm just, I couldn't tell you what a good tight end would be. You know what? I'm going to go with... There we go. Flex player. So I can pick a flex. Now I can pick a flex that will help me even better. Because I'm going to do a few of these. So I'm going to pick somebody because I only got so much money to spend on it, or as cap wise. So I'm gonna go and find somebody who is a little bit under the radar. I'll go Singletary. So now I have only, like, they give you so much. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with that. That's a pretty good lineup, as you guys can tell. I have a lot of crazy things going on in this. So I'm going to send that one in. That is like my first of a few right now. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. It just did one of them, as they say. But yeah. Now, I think I did my picks. I already did. You know, that was a crazy game on Thursday night with Jacksonville and Cincinnati. That was a pretty insane game. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm looking at New Orleans, again, going over the Giants. The Chiefs versus the Eagles. The Chiefs are going to get it. Texans versus the Bills. The Bills are going to have that one. The Panthers versus Cowboys. This is where, like, okay, no Christian McCaffrey, I understand. So, Christian McCaffrey, he's completely out of the realm right now. He's got a hamstring injury, so I'm thinking he's just listed day-to-day or whatever. Dallas is favored. I know how much you got Ezekiel, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Amari Cooper up there and that for Dak. But Hubbard is going to probably ball out on that. I'm going to say Panthers just because they're 3-0 and Darnold's balling right now, so he's good. Then you got the Panthers the Vikings versus the Browns. That there is telling me, Cleveland is favored because Baker Mayfield, again, he's got his offensive weapons. He's got Kareem Hunt. He's got Chubb. He's got Beckham Jr. there. So, of course, you're going to get that. You're going to have that. And Browns are going to take it. Colts versus Dolphins. Dolphins are going to do it. William Fuller V, he's just going to help do whatever on that side of the spectrum for offense. Their Dolphins defense is pretty good. Colts defense is just I couldn't even imagine what is going on right now in the head of the Colts organization. So that's their shit. Jets versus Titans. I want to say the Jets, but Titans are pretty good. Tannehill is just and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is just a freaking beast. He's just running roughshod on everybody. So it's going to be the Titans. The Bears versus the Lions. Again, another team with a debacle of a offense and a debacle of a defense. It is just such a shitstorm of shit-tacography there. So I'm just going to go with the Bears on that one. Washington versus the Falcons. Well, the Falcons did win last weekend, so that was a really good thing. I'm going to say Atlanta over Washington just because Max Ryan's starting to find that niche that he needed, and that's good for him. That's perfect. So I'm just going to go with him. The Cardinals versus the Rams, two teams that are 3-0, but you do have Stafford that is just rolling, and he is just balling. But Kyler Murray, again, he's balling, and he's hardcore, crazy quarterback. He's doing just, he's got Hopkins. He's got a lot of weapons out there. He's got a good defensive core and with J.J. Watt. So I'm going to go with the Rams, though, because the Rams did just beat the Buccaneers, the defending, reigning champions of the Super Bowl of the NFL. So I'm going to go with the Rams. You got Seattle versus San Francisco. You got Jimmy G versus Russell Wilson. I am still going to go with the Seattle Seahawks because something just tells me DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson, they're all just going to go and literally and fucking crazy on these guys, and they're just going to show why Seattle is not a team to fuck around with. And then you got Pittsburgh versus Packers. So you got the bad man, and Mr. Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, smart man, versus Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Steelers with Juju and Clay and all of them, all in that. But again, Chase Claypool has not been what he was last year, and Schuster is doing such a good player. Again, can only do so much, and Najee Harris is doing whatever he can. It's the defense that really needs to help him. So I'm just gonna go and play it safe with Green Bay. And then you got the Ravens versus the Broncos, and 3-0 team Broncos, which is everybody's surprise right now, and the Ravens that are 2-1. But Baltimore is going to show up, even though it's in the Denver area. They'll probably show up, and Lamar's just going to put on his Lamar Jackson show for everybody in the Mile High State. So let's go Baltimore. And then you got the return of the GOAT TB12. I don't know how much more we can all talk about this. This is out of all sports right now, out of everything that's happening. I know you got the NHL coming back, and you got the hunt for October in the MLB, and then you got the NBA coming back. But right now, considering all facts, this is probably, out of everything that's going to happen this year in sports, this is going to be the biggest one. This is going to be the biggest game until sometime in December, when we see like Lakers versus Clippers or whatever in around the Christmas time area. For Vancouver's sake, it's the first regular season game between Seattle and Vancouver in Seattle, and then Vancouver and Seattle and Vancouver. So that's going to be a big thing here in the West Coast for us Vancouverites. But this comes down to coach versus former player. So teacher versus student. Brady, I am going to not even underestimate the shit out of this. He is going to come in and he's going to show Belichick, he's going to show Kraft, he's going to show the whole organization why he is who he is. Why he is the GOAT. Why he has 7 Super Bowl championships. Why he won one right after he left New England, and he won one in Tampa. He's going to show this. He's not going to bullshit you. He isn't going to shit show anything. He is going to show why he is the best and why he is the GOAT. Belichick is a GOAT of a coach, yes, but Mac Jones, you're going to be thrown out to the Lions by this guy, and you're going to regret every single thing, okay? You're just going to regret it. So I'm going to say Buccaneers, and they're going to win by, I say, over 5 points. 5, maybe 6 points. So it's going to be a +5 over on points for the Buccaneers. And Gronkowski, yeah, you can't forget Gronk. He's returning to New England, and Brady overshadows Gronk. So 12 overshadows 87. And that's fine. I think Gronk just loves to play and just piss people off. And I love Gronk for that. And then you got the Monday Nighter, you got the Chargers versus, the surprising Las Vegas Raiders that are 3-0. And I'm going to take Chargers on that. Justin Herbert, he's just going to fucking do it again. He's going to ball out. So that's my picks on that. EPL was a very, very disappointing games for me. Like, Man U did not really play like they were supposed to. So I'm going to go to the scores right now. Yeah, today Everton and Man U tied 1-1, and I was not very happy. Norwich and Burnley tied or did a draw 2. Chelsea, I knew was going to beat Southampton, so that was not a surprise. Leeds beat Watford, so that was a shocker. So I'm really pissed with myself on that as a kick into the nuts. Wolverhampton beat Newcastle, so I'm guessing that wasn't. I think I picked them, so I wasn't too surprised. And then you got Brighton versus Arsenal that are now they drew, so it was whatever. That's my thing. Man U, disappointed because my team just could not put shit together, and I was so pissed off with that. I don't know. I think it's time for Ole to hit the bricks, maybe, get a new coach, manager in there, kind of shit. Anyways, on that front, that's my EPL take. I just did my NFL take. Yes, NHL was on. First, that was I was just happy to see it last night, the Canucks versus even Calgary. I don't give a shit about the score. The score didn't bother me as much as everybody thinks it would. So I just didn't give a shit. That was not my take on that end. So I'm just gonna leave it at that end. On the other front, we had the draft last night with the with the WWE, and it wasn't that much of a surprise. The champions went where they were. The two titles, the men's titles, went where they were supposed to go. Then you didn't get really Becky Lynch leaving, but you had the Raw Women's Champion leaving, going to SmackDown. The EST is over on Raw. This just kind of just builds to what a lot of people are kind of somewhat expecting, and that's all right. I see Hit Row was the very first NXT group to leave NXT to go to Friday Night SmackDown, and I know why, because Hit Row is a hip-hop kind of faction in WWE, and then they're on Fox, so you're going to try. I understand where they're going with this. They're trying to get more eyeballs and more of a demographic of 18 to 49-year-olds to drop onto that show and to watch it. But that show does pick up a lot of people, and I'm not going to disagree with why they did that. And then they got New Day over there, so it would be a real sad thing if you move Street Profits over to the Raw side, because that just doesn't really work, because USA Network is more for, I don't know what kind of network that really is aiming at, but for Fox, you got to keep Street Profits. You got the New Day, you got Hit Row. So you know what? If you're going to do something, I know Keith Bearcat Lee. I'm just gonna call him Keith Lee. I can't say the rest because it's irritating and frustrating on that front. So fuck that shit. I'm gonna go with Keith Lee stays on Raw, which is a good thing because you need some guys over there, and to really work with Big E, yeah, you gotta need some big guys. And I hope Shinsuke stays over in SmackDown. Like, you keep the US title on Raw and you keep the Intercontinental title on SmackDown. Just kind of levels it all out. And I'm not going to argue with that fact. That fact is fine. That's totally cool with me, and I'm alright with that. The other side to this, the flip side to it, I'm trying out. My mouth's drying out. Gotta get some water in me. The draft, they did some other picks today too. So it's not necessarily the be all and end all of all worlds, and I understand that. It is what should be. Oh my god, so much crap on my phone. My other phone. It is. You keep Tony Storm over there. Selena Vega slides over to the Raw side. I heard Mason T-Bar got broken up. This is unbelievable. They broke up this tag team. I don't even know what this tag team is going to really do, but now they're broken up and whatever. Okay. T-Bar can lose that name and call himself Dijakovic or Dijak and just go with it and let him run with him, because he's a fucking beast. If you give him enough room, he's a fucking beast. He'll kick your ass. All right, that's my one point to that. Other than that, we're gonna have to just tune in. SmackDown was pretty damn good last night. It was especially with Brock Lesnar and the whole Roman Reigns segment at the first beginning of it. That was hilarious. You know, like, and again, I'm going to give props to Brock. I don't know who wrote his promo, but that was a freaking pretty goddamn good promo for Brock, who really doesn't do promos. He doesn't really speak. So that was really interesting, and it was kind of funny, actually. So Brock's a free agent. He can do and go wherever Brock wants. So I'd be watching out for everybody on any roster. It doesn't matter. Maybe he'll end up at NXT and just fucking smash the shit out of everybody there. Who knows? The other side of that, pro wrestling, you know, AEW was alright. It was enjoyable last night. I got to watch it finally, the Rampage. Match I enjoyed was the Bryan Danielson versus Nick Jackson. That was a good one. The Triple Threat women's one wasn't that enjoyable. I just didn't really feel compelled to watch it. Just Jade Cargill is, I wouldn't say she's green, but you're putting her in with two highly qualified and highly regarded women wrestlers in Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa, and it just kind of went on me for that. And then you had the main event of, you know, hair versus hair. Orange Cassidy, that guy, whatever, is awesome. He's awesome. I feel bad for Jack Evans. He lost his hair. But again, it's, you know, it was a fun and enjoyable match, that one was. So again, the first match was enjoyable and exciting and great to watch. And the third one was, that second one was just kind of like, it just lost me. I don't even understand where that was going. I don't even understand what it was supposed to be for. I just don't get it. So that is what it is on my take on that. I hope Dynamite's a lot better. I know it's going to be better because you got Elite versus Christian Cage, Bryan Danielson, and Jurassic Express, which I can enjoy and thoroughly watch with pride. I am guessing we're going to see Sammy Guevara's, maybe they'll throw a celebration for him for dethroning Miro and all that. I finally see Fuego del Sol get a brand new car, so, you know, because Miro did I guess Miro smashed up his other one, I don't know. But that's beside that point. Yeah. So, to recap, you know, I'm just happy in general with sports being back. You know, you got hockey coming back, and you got NBA coming back. We got the baseball. I'm happy for the Dodgers. I'm just wishing maybe the Blue Jays will fucking get in there so we don't see a Red Sox or a Yankees team. But, you know, only wishful thinking and hopeful thinking on that end. So that's my point of view to that shit. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm really happy today. I'm just, you know, I'm pretty cool. I'm really working on my patience with people and texting and waiting for their messages and just kind of not letting it bother me anymore. And I'm just gonna go with the flow of shit. I used to be a guy who used to just go with the flow, but then somehow I just got fucked up. A few bad relationships and just there we go. I'm fucked. But I am gonna try to do some music. I'm gonna see, like, some people say I can, you know, just throw some shit out there, see if it's good, see if people like it or not. So I always have shit rolling through my head. This is the problem. I got so much shit. My brain is not the brain that I really wish anybody would have, because this thing doesn't shut the fuck off. I got way too much shit up in my head. So yeah, that's beside that. Anyways, everybody enjoy your weekend. It's, you know, we got the football. We got the biggest game going on this year. Soon, like, basically one of the biggest games of 2021 and any other sport time, because we're going to actually enjoy this shit. We're going to actually hope, we're all going to sit there and cheer for the Buccaneers because we all don't really like the Patriots. So we're going to cheer on Brady and make him have Belichick choke on his fucking shit. So that's good. That's good. I love it. I love it. I love it. My take, like Brady, I used to not like Brady so much, but that's probably because he was on the Patriots. A lot of people, you have those teams in sports, and you always hate those teams. And I understand why we all really hated certain teams or certain players who played for those teams. But then when we see them move to another team, we're like, oh, this guy's awesome. I really just trying to figure that shit out. And in the past year or so, I've started really liking Brady more on a professional note of an athlete. I always just thought he was a damn prick or something, pretty boy, but no, he's a real down-to-earth kind guy. And watching a lot of highlights of his media stuff, he's really, honestly, a smart man. And I take back everything I've ever said to anybody about Brady, because Brady's awesome. I like Brady. Yeah, he has a smoking hot wife, but I like Brady. Brady's cool. Tom Brady is honestly a genuine, respectful person and an individual, and I give him all the props. I do. I fucking respect the hell out of that guy. He's done a lot, and he's really awesome. There's players out there that you just can't stand. Like, I know a lot of that shit. I've seen that shit. But anyways, that's all beside the point of that. Again, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Sunday. We have football, tons of football. And I will hit you guys up not tomorrow. I'll hit you up on Monday. And y'all enjoy the weekend, and I'll talk to you later.